If you need any My Team grinds in any mode, hit up my boy Witty for safe, reliable, and the cheapest grinding services around. Hit him up on Twitter. You won't be disappointed. Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the things that I guess the biggest issues that I have with season 5 of My Team so far. I just kind of want to put it together in one specific video and make it simple, I guess, because I think there are a few areas that 2K is still not really thriving in, despite there being some areas that they're doing a lot better in over the last, I mean, obviously the end of season 4 was really, really good, but even here in season 5, it feels like there's doing good in some areas, but there's a lot of things that just are not being executed as well as they really should be. And so I want to kind of bring attention to those or point out the things that I'm not really a big fan of right now in the hopes that maybe at least one or two of them will get tweaked. So before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, tons of consistent daily My Team content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. So number one, the easiest thing that is a little bit exasperating for me that probably won't get changed, but I think it should, is Tuesday content. Not executed upon well at all. These cards, number one, are extremely rare, especially the Dark Matters. I mean, there are 3 Damars and 3 Brandon Ingrams on the entire auction house right now. These cards were not pulled. They were extremely hard to pull. And I mean, the super packs themselves are something that I don't really have a huge issue with, because if nothing else, super packs at least drop the market on other cards and have made other cards cheaper, which I am totally fine with. The problem that I have is that they drop this basically like filler content on Tuesdays this season with 1 Dark Matter that both times hasn't really been a very good Dark Matter, and then also like Galaxy Opals that are whatever. And like, here's the thing, if you're gonna drop mediocre Tuesday content, so be it. I get it. It should be free. I don't see why it's not. In my personal opinion, you should be able to grind for, at a very minimum, you should be able to grind for an option pack instead of an equal chance pack. The pack that you're able to grind for on Tuesdays, which is that equal chance opal through diamond pack, you should be able to grind for this pack and have it be an option pack instead of an equal chance pack. And you get to pick any of those cards. In my personal opinion, I mean, look at the way the 2K did free content on Tuesdays in like season 4, 5, 6 of 2K24, which was a terrible game after the All-Star break in a lot of ways. But that was the one thing I thought they actually did okay, was Tuesday content was often free content entirely. I don't see why these cards are good enough to where putting this as free weekly grindable content would be a bad idea at all. Like, there could be challenges, just like the challenges they drop for the heroic drop, where it's, you have 1 challenge for each player, and maybe they're even harder challenges, but you have 1 challenge for each of the 8 players below Dark Matter. And once you complete the challenge, you get that player. And once you complete all 8 challenges, you get the Dark Matter. So for example, for this week, you would add a challenge for Jamal Crawford, a challenge for David West, and then a challenge for all of the other pink diamonds, and you complete all of those challenges and you get Dark Matter Brandon Ingram as the completion reward, as well as all the other cards. That seems to me like it really wouldn't hurt 2K's pockets very much, because the honest truth is people are not opening super packs for Brandon Ingram. I can promise you that. They're opening super packs for KP and Jordan and LaMelo and KD and Chet Holmgren and Gary Payton and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Akeem Olajuwon and Julius Erving and LeBron James and Jason Tatum and Scottie Pippen and Giannis and Embiid. And you see my point? Like, those are the cards people are interested in. People aren't opening super packs to try to chase Dark Matter DeMar DeRozan or Dark Matter Brandon Ingram. And so that's number one. Tuesday content has not been executed upon as well as it should be. It's a little bit better than last season was, but I still feel like it's a missed opportunity in a lot of ways. Number two, and this is only a one-time thing so far, but 2K did a very poor job, in my personal opinion, with the Triple Threat Park win streak that they did this past Sunday. I just quite simply think that Galaxy Opal DeMarcus Cousins is not a good enough card to make as a win streak reward at this point in the year. If you are going to give us win streak rewards, make them something that are actually worth MT to us, or a player that is actually going to be used by a larger portion of the community. I think Galaxy Opals are fine, but it wouldn't hurt to do good Galaxy Opals. For example, DeMarcus Cousins, not the guy. Andre Kirilenko, super solid card, would be good with him. Tim Duncan, same story. And you can go through pretty much every single, at least Friday drop, and find good Opals. Opal T-Mac, I don't even think he's that good, but he's a big name. People would like him. Opal E, same story. Paul George, Zach LaVine, Paulo Banchero, all very, very good cards. I'm not even asking for LeBron or Giannis or Kevin Durant or guys like that, although they would be great too. There's a couple of Galaxy Opals from the All-Star promo that would be good, like Jaren Jackson Jr., Anthony Davis, Cade Cunningham, guys like that, even Alperen Şengün. I feel like you could pretty easily, you don't have to give us Opal Wemby or Opal Giannis.
you can give us good Galaxy Opal cards that might not even help my team personally, but will help people in the community's team in general. And at the end of the day, that's my goal. And those Sunday win streaks have been really well executed upon at points this year, but it hasn't been consistent. Feels like that is a very easy, almost missed opportunity right now. It just, people are very much, at the way the game is right now, people are pretty much only waiting for these like every month or two events. They did one at Black Friday, they did one at New Year's, and they did one at All-Star Break. And I'm sure the next one, if we get another one, I would assume it'll probably be Easter. But the game shouldn't only thrive around those events. I feel like the execution the rest of the year needs to be better overall for the game to thrive more. And so I think the win streaks and the requirement for these events to be happening for the game to be good and for the win streaks to be awesome and stuff feels like that's unnecessary as well. It's just, my thing is, I actually think they've executed Friday content pretty well. And I'll give them credit for that. There's a lot of good budget cards. Yes, there's top tier cards as well. And sure, now those top tier cards aren't attainable to everybody, even the Dark Matters. I get it. But everything Opal and below is extremely attainable to everybody in the community. And there's been a lot of good Opal and below cards the last couple weeks. I feel like 2K's been executing well. I mean, even for like salary cap players, a lot of good amethysts the last couple weeks. Like, I do think as a whole, 2K's actually executed Friday content pretty well, and I'll give them credit for that. But the other content during the week is the part that I have the biggest issue with. Even like the content they dropped on Monday this week, which was the breakout highlight for a 95 plus premium. This should be a 98 or a 97 premium at this point. Like, it should be an Opal premium back. Again, I just think, well, you're dropping Dark Matters 100 overalls every week, and even the Opals are 60K, most of them at this point. Like, make this an Opal. Come on, give people at least a chance to pull something good. A 95 plus premium, the only good cards in there are Beasley, Dr. J, and Wimby, and Beasley and Dr. J even are cheap now. Like, Wimby's the only expensive pink diamond in the game. So, I don't know. I think as a whole, the execution, again, could be better on a lot of this like free content, or the content that isn't free but maybe should be free, like Tuesday content to this point in the year. And I mean, otherwise, I do think they're doing a good job with Friday content. I don't mind personally the Motor Rewards. I think Showdown could have a couple more intervals in Motor Rewards. That's another thing. Like Triple Threat Park, I think has a pretty good reward ladder, and it's a little bit easier to grind than Showdown is, overall anyway. Showdown, you get rewards at 15, 60, 120, and 200. And I guess you get weekly rewards as well, depending on how much you play a week. But I think it still could be a little better. But honestly, the rewards themselves are not atrocious. Salary Cap's a good mode. Domination's really good this season with a very good reward player, Bob McAdoo. Like, there are some positives, and I will give credit to 2K for the positives. I just think overall, the execution of the mode could be a little bit better. That's really my whole point. There are small areas and things that could be executed upon better. Obviously, I'd love to say raise pack odds. Yeah, that would be awesome. Is that realistic? No, not really. Probably not. We're probably not going to wake up tomorrow with tomorrow's drop and all of a sudden there's going to be a 6% Galaxy Opal chance and a 2% Dark Matter chance. Like, that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. Like, at the end of the day, you got to know your limitations. You got to understand 2K's a business. At the end of the day, they're trying to make money, and they're not going to be as consumer friendly, I guess, as they used to be, is what I will say. And like, at the end of the day, that is understandable-ish. I don't totally entirely have hatred for it. I just wish that the execution as a whole was better. That's all. There are some areas that they could be doing better. Those are my thoughts, and I thought I'd share them. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.